Hello everybody, I'm Stu the Frugal Video Gamer, and welcome back to
I believe I hear Felix and Parvati discussing the latest Aetherwave series.
The Outer Worlds.
If you don't mind, you have a message from Adjutant Sophia Akande.
No one ever looks quite the same in person as they do in my reports. And my reports of you have been exceptionally thorough. You've had quite a career.
Let's skip the pleasantries.
You have something I want. I'd like to negotiate.
How did you find my ship?
There's exactly one vessel in all of Byzantium that looks like it dropped out of an Aetherwave drama. Phineas Wells is wanted by the board. I want to convince you to turn him in to us.
Wanted for what, exactly?
He has a litany of charges against him. Vandalism, illegal experimentation, sedition. I could go on.
I saw what you did with dissidents.
Wells is a dangerous madman. His plan is going to endanger everyone in Halcyon. He's an obsessive psychopath. And he's using you. You're in contact with Wells. I want you to send us a tracing signal from his communication terminal.
Hold on, getting a lot of noise on this signal. Could you fuck off and never call back?
You are making a serious mistake.
Adjutant Akande's call has been terminated. Will there be anything else, Captain?
Let's get out of here. Yeah, you know what? I've got nothing but contempt for that.
Is it time for your regular daily period of unconsciousness?
You okay, babe? Do a quick manual save. Hopefully it doesn't start crashing on me again. Because, yeah, I want to quickly redo that conversation and try and reel her in a little.
Crew members Ellie and Max are engaged in a heated discussion in the kitchen.
Max. Maximilian. Vicar. Vicky.
Yes?
Aw, this is no fun anymore.
If you don't mind my saying, Captain, Minister Clark is lucky to have you on his side. You have a message.
No one ever looks quite...
I'm just getting started.
I'm glad to hear that. This may come as a surprise, but I've been keeping up with you ever since Emerald Vale. Now that was an interesting piece of work. A rundown backward, barely worth the ink on a map. Until you showed up. You walked through Edgewater and in your wake transformed it from a loyal company town to a haven for dissidents. I'm actually a little impressed. All this happened because some mysterious stranger fell out of the sky.
You almost sound like you approve.
Not always. For the longest time, I could never be sure if you were on our side or against us. You should be back on the Hope, frozen in a hibernation chamber. Yet here you are, flying about in a stolen ship, leaving a trail of paperwork in your wake.
Commandeer.
The board doesn't know what to make of you. But I do. I've seen your potential. There's so much we can do for this colony.
How do you know I'm from the Hope?
You haven't exactly been keeping it a secret. We raised security on the Hope after Wells broke in. As for discovering the identity of the missing colonist, all we had to do was scan the passenger manifest.
I'm sure you didn't bring me all this way just to flatter me.
You have something I want. There's exact... He has a litany. Wells, you're in con.
You want me to sell him out?
Wells was our mistake. We failed to apprehend him for years. I'm sending you my access code.
Adjutant Aconde.
Okay, reeled her in.
Welcome back, Cap. Mm-hmm.
Did not take much, I will say.
Now arriving at Phineas's top secret orbital lab.
Nyoka has... Actually, I don't think Vicar has met him. Felix and Vicar.
We gotta talk about this. If we wanted the board's attention, we got options. Piracy, vandalism, maybe some light arson. We want to put some fear in the board, right? Get them scared of us.
The board's got plenty of reason to fear us.
I want to believe you, but the adjutant didn't seem too scared of us. You just got an audience with Sophia Aconde. That's the adjutant to the chairman.
Probably not. There's a good chance she's using us.
If you think she's using us, why'd you give her the time of day?
I've got a plan, Felix. Trust me on this one.
You got some secret plan to double-cross the board? I knew it! Sorry, probably shouldn't have said that out loud. I know we're freelancers and all. We take work where we can find it. But we gotta be vigilant, you know? This is how the board gets you. A job here, an errand there. Before you know it, you're calling him sir and ma'am.
I know what I'm doing, Felix.
Just trying to watch out. I appreciate.
Yeah.
If I still believed in the grand plan, a revelation like this would have seriously shaken my faith. Knowing you, I can only assume you have already begun formulating a plan to deal with this.
I'll have to dig more into the issue and sort it all out.
Yes, of course. Your ability to talk us out of even the most hopeless situations hasn't failed us so any...
Okay, you know what? I'm going back on the ship and talking to everyone. Because I'm sure everyone has a little bit to say on this. I'm curious whether Sam would have been.
Crew report. Bioka is drunk. Surprise. Who ordered the bottles of Raptidon musk? One has broken.
Oof.
You think I could hire myself out to ships in need someday? Be my own mechanic, like how Ellie's her own doctor? I wonder sometimes.
Maybe it's only if I bring them out. Which, if that's the case, I wish there were an easier way to flip them. Ooh. Aww.
Organic waste discovered in location X99. Battery level.
Something.
Okay, so it's only if I'm aboard the... that's gonna be a little annoying. Ow. I'm looking this up because there might be a way that I'm unaware of. Okay, swap companions. Here we go.
What's up?
Okay, so I only get the opinions of the two I bring along initially. Crap. Oh well. Back to Victor and Felix.
I've kept myself busy in your absence, optimized my formula. I'm now confident. All I need...
Forget about the chemicals for a second. The colony's on the verge of collapse.
What? Oh, yes, well, that's obvious. Anyone with 2 working labs can see this colony's slump. Why do you think we've been doing all this?
It gets worse. But sure, the board's got a plan to save us. They're gonna freeze all the workers.
Freeze all the workers? Why? So a gang of powdered toffs can carry on living in Byzantium? You call that a plan? I always knew Halcyon was heading toward a systems collapse, but I never imagined we were already there. The board made this crisis, and now they want to solve it by freezing the rest of us? That's not a plan. That's a goddamn escape clause. That makes 2 things we don't have. Huh? None of this was supposed to happen. I was supposed to revive the Hope's colonists. We were supposed to have enough time to solve the problem before we all starved.
Found your chemicals in the ministry. The board was testing them on human subjects.
Human test subjects? That's grotesque. That's unthinkable. That's exactly what I'd expect out of the board.
These are all the chemicals I could get. Any more and I would have killed the subjects.
Damn, that's not enough. Not nearly enough for the whole ship. I could revive a handful of settlers. Maybe, possibly, 10. We're out of time. We're out of chemicals. We may very well be out of options. If the board has their way, we're all going to be spending the rest of our lives frozen in stasis. Do you realize what this means for the Hope? For your fellow colonists? The board's going to kill them all. Toss them out into
Nope,
space.
and streaming,
to
just so you know.
room in their hibernation chambers.
I can put it on, babe. Ah, he just came in. Need it on the charger? I'll bring the other one out. And Biscuit, you gotta stop doing that shit. You really do. We need to think about this. There has to be something we can do.
Short of lining up every member of the board and shooting them in the back of the
It's
head.
not their fault, necessarily.
Do you know what's waiting for us on the Hope? Scientists, engineers, artists, the brightest minds Earth ever sent us, uncorrupted by the board. The board's going to dispose of them all and transform the Hope. We need to get to those colonists before the board. I have enough chemicals to start reviving a few of them, but no easy way to get them off the Hope.
There's a way. It's not exactly safe, but we could skip the Hope into the system.
Merciful gibbering law, you're a genius! We bring the Hope to us. Skip the entire ship across the distance of colony space, right next to my lab.
The Hope's probably damaged. We'll have to route power from the Unreliable.
Yes, exactly. You're a step ahead of me, but I perceive the shape of your plan.
Got it on, buddy?
If we link up the Hope to the Unreliable, then use your navigational computer to calculate a reasonably safe vector, we can skip the entire colony ship into the rings of Terra 2.
And that's going to work, without killing us in the process. I thought intra-system microjumps were prohibited for a reason.
Yes, there's always a risk of a catastrophic collision between the Hope and, say, Terra 2. In theory.
So glad I dumped into science.
Understand a word you said, Doc. All I know is, if we're gonna hijack a colony ship, count me in.
Yes, excellent. I approve of your enthusiasm, young man. You should ask your captain for a raise.
I don't actually pay these guys. Aside from
You'll
room
need
and
to switch
board.
on the Hope's auxiliary power using the unreliable. Then head to the bridge. Your navigational computer, Ada, should be able to activate. Once you've skipped the Hope next to my lab, I'll have...
Wait, I've got some questions.
Certainly.
People aren't going to notice a gigantic colony ship slamming into the rings of Terra 2.
Unlikely. The Hope is as massive as the Groundbreaker, but compared to the rings of Terra 2, positively minuscule. The board might notice, possibly, depending on the position of their heads relative to the depth of their collective
I've got
posteriors.
about a half hour. Just so we're clear. You know skip drives aren't supposed to be used like this.
Skip drives were never designed to be used within a system, but I skipped my ship across Halcyon when I rescued you, and that turned out fine, mostly. That is, I ruined my ship and nearly killed myself in the process, but the maneuver was well within acceptable margins of risk. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. It wouldn't surprise me. When I pulled you out of the Hope, the board nearly intercepted me.
Oh yeah, the retirement bit. Oh!
Your old hibernation mask will catch you. You know, in case you were prone to vomiting.
Huh. Now, can I inform him?
I've heard those iconoclasts have a rather smashing opinion. What? Sir?
Okay, nope. Reloading that manual save.
Your old hibernation mask will catch you. Remove it.
Oh, okay. The adjutant asked me to plant a tracking signal in your lab, but I'm not going to do it.
You absolutely should.
I can't tell if you're being sarcastic.
Sarcasm. The last refuge of the witless. The adjutant must have sent you some kind of tracking code. If you don't use it, I think you should use the code and send a corrupted tracking signal. That should buy me some time.
I get it. You want to prepare.
The board's going to catch up to me sooner or later. This way I'll have time to set up some particularly
There we go.
defenses. Use my communications terminal to corrupt the tracking signal. While the board busies themselves... That should do it. You've bought me more than enough time. You? What's on your mind? What's on your mind? I know. I know you're wondering why I'm doing all this. Why I believe the people on the Hope are the answer to the colony's problems. The Hope is carrying some of humanity's most brilliant thinking. The board would have us believe Halcyon is beyond saving. I choose to believe otherwise. If there's even the slightest...
Hey, boss, I've been thinking. You know, they're gonna make a serial about our adventures one day. I've been trying to think of a good title for this episode. I like the sound of The Skipjack. No, wait, I got it. Hope in Dark Times.
Not bad, Felix. Our adventure serial's gonna need a name, too.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that. Got a list right
Of course
here.
he does.
Thrilling tales of the unreliable. Or maybe spine-chilling story. I'm partial.
I'm glad you're having fun, but we've got a job to do.
Yeah, we got a job to do. We're hijacking a lost colony ship and slamming it right into the rings of Terra 2. Stealing the Hope from the board, skipping it across the whole damn system.
Unless we all die horribly.
Come on, boss. We're not gonna die horribly. I'm sure you've got plans to make. As for me, I gotta keep practicing.
Yes, you caught me ruminating. What?
Some crew members are causing a disturbance. You have a message from Adjutant Sophia Akande.
I'm impressed, Captain. I almost expected you wouldn't go through with it. Unfortunately, Dr. Wells found a way to corrupt the signal before we could pinpoint his location. Still, it's only a matter of time before we find him. Come visit me in Byzantium. We need to have it.
Byzantium's a big... How do I know this isn't a trap?
Because I'm not in the business of arresting my own allies. You have my... Meet me in my office.
Adjutant Akande has ended her call. Rather rudely, if I might say.
Alrighty, so... I'll go persuade.
We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
There we go. They haven't spent much time together. Sorry, buddy, but a little uncomfortable.
Where are we headed?
What's up?
Nothing exciting ever happened.
Good lord.
Not so fast. All right, you're clear. The adjutant's expected. Go on through. Move along.
So much pump.
I understand your Maverick.
Okay. That was the one that was close before then.
I admit part of me expected you to stand by your old friend. For better or worse, Wells was responsible for putting... That said, he's also a wanted criminal. For information regarding his whereabouts.
What's going to happen to Wells?
The signal you sent us is experiencing some interference. We're going to monitor Wells until we're ready to make a move. I asked you here to discuss something I understand you've infiltrated the ministry. The things you discovered there must have been shocking, even disturbing. Halcyon is on the verge of a total systems collapse. The truth is ugly and difficult to accept, but we must accept the truth before we can move forward. Malnutrition is already a problem. Disease will come next, followed by starvation, followed by a breakdown of society, followed by extinction.
So the Roanoke colony.
I know this must come as a surprise to you. I imagine...
Guess Monarch folk ain't the only ones fucked around here. That ain't exactly an uplifting thought.
I know your face. Stellar Bay's most infamous hunter. How curious that you've thrown your lot in with the captain. Monarch may harbor delusions of independence, but make no mistake. You are a part of our colony. If we fall, Monarch falls with us.
Is that why we were suffering plague in Edgewater? Malnutrition? All those folks sick and dying, and you knew why the whole time?
Yes, Miss Holcomb, we knew why. We've known for some time that Edgewater was dying. The colony itself is dying. The suffering you experienced in Edgewater, the disease, the starvation, will soon spread across Halcyon unless we act. I won't pretend the truth isn't damning. Yes, the colony's on the...
We need to talk about this lifetime employment program.
I'll answer however I can.
You don't honestly believe all that nonsense, do you?
The lifetime employment program is not some malevolent strategy of an evil mastermind. There's no dark secret buried in the fine print. The program is logical. It's reasonable. It's merciful. And most importantly,
I'm hoping I can convince her to maybe reach out to Wells. I saw this isn't the only way to save Halcyon. Wells has a plan.
Phineas Wells does not have a plan. He has an obsession. Halcyon is already starving. We can't possibly introduce... Help me execute the lifetime employment.
How long do we have?
We've already crossed the point of no return. Collapse has already begun. You must have noticed the signs in Emerald Vale. This is a permanent famine, Captain. We've done all we can to curb their hunger. Very soon, people are going to realize they're starving. A famine is a problem of logistics as well as marketing. Your workers must remain productive on as little food as possible, and they must always believe.
That's what that research in Roseway was all about.
I'm sure you remember Dr. Anton Crane. His research was... The solution is a temporary one. Before long...
What's your take on all this?
When I first discovered the truth, I was shocked. Even disgusted. I wondered how we'd allowed a colony like Halcyon to fall into disarray. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized the colony had sown the seeds of its own destruction.
In what way?
We have become lazy and decadent. We smother ourselves in meaningless bureaucracies. We deliberate and argue and procrastinate.
She's not wrong on that one. That's not the kind of language I expect from the chairman's own adjutant.
I've served the board long enough to understand its weaknesses. Running a colony requires swift and decisive action. The board is slow, ponderous, and
She's setting
prone
herself
to
up for
squabbling.
isn't she?
That's why I'm relying on you.
What does any of this have to do with me?
When you turned Phineas Wells over to me, I knew I could rely, and you deliver results. That quality alone is enough to separate you from the board's army of indecisive...
Our interests may align, but make no mistake, we're not friends.
You don't have to like me, Captain. As long as you're with... I can't save this colony alone. We need to talk about Emerald Vale. You handed Edgewater over to a band of dissidents. I can't have this. Adelaide McDevitt and her people have no place in the halcyon that is to come. Edgewater needs to go.
I will hunt beasts until I'm out of ammunition, and then I'll fight a good long while after. But I am not about to mow down a crowd of innocent people.
Then I suggest you find your courage.
Damn.
Someone has to. Now is not the time for...
I don't understand. What did Edgewater do to deserve this?
You replaced a loyal, if hard-headed, town leader with a revolutionary. Adelaide's people have turned Edgewater into a hub of dissidents. These people are dangerous.
We're talking about human life. Actually, the board is responsible for this colony. This is all your fault.
Because we were negligent. You're right, the colony can't possibly feed itself. And it's our fault. This is our mess. And the only way we're cleaning it up is by taking action. I'm not asking you to be a murderer.
Adelaide's people are self-sufficient. They're not a strain on the colony's resources.
Don't fool yourself. The dissidents occupying Edgewater are rebels harboring dangerous and seditious ideas. Left to their own devices, Graham Bryant and his merry band of morons caused enough trouble on Monarch.
You're completely insane.
No, allowing thousands of colonists to starve to death because we couldn't make one cold-blooded decision.
You talk less like a human than mechanicals I've known.
I am responsible for every single human life in this colony. Steel.
The answer is no.
Don't make this more difficult than it needs to be, Captain. I rather like you. And I'd hate to have you shot.
I don't really have a choice, do I?
Not true. You can choose to say, yes, ma'am, or at once, Madam Adjutant, or as you wish, or even, I'll take care of it.
I won't.
Trust me, Parvati.
Don't make me choose between you and Edgewater, Captain. Between you and my people.
I'm glad you can keep... Edgewater is beyond saving. You were in the Emerald Vale geothermal plant.
Yeah, a lot of mechanicals that went haywire.
You've been paying attention. You're absolutely right. In fact, Spacer's Choice manufactured the incident for an The insurance claim has been locked in committee for years, but the individual responsible for the accident was promoted for lateral I'm arranging for a delivery of mechanicals to Edgewater once the mechanicals are finished cleaning. I appreciate the flat. One last thing. Spacer's Choice sent a team of soldiers to investigate your little missive. I like you, Captain, but you're not worth that much paperwork. Report.
Oh, I'm absolutely betraying her on that one. Like, no chance in hell am I actually going through.
Yeah, huh?
And I made no chance in fucking hell am I going through with that one. Actually, I'm going to try and subvert it and maybe even get the mechanicals on their side. So, Parvati and Vicar, I think, will be the optimal crew for that. At least if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Engineering. Heck.
Captain, I hope Dr. Wells has not dragged you into one of his irrational schemes again. My diagnosis of his mental stability is not flattering. We are now in orbit above Edgewater, Captain.
Kind of fitting that I've got... Yeah, I plan on taking the same two that I started with. I got about 20 minutes, so I think that'll be enough time to take, or finish off in Edgewater. Well, for one thing,
Never
Never seen the Veil?
I'm letting her know and seeing if I have an alternative option here.
Spacer's Choice takes care of its own. Esther brought me some medicine.
Had your rations yet?
Yep. You think corporate's ever gonna visit?
What are my...
Actually, I am a little curious why the corporate troopers are still down here when it's pretty decidedly not a corporate town anymore.
I find myself marveling at the complex simplicity of the Fibonacci.
We gotta talk.
Now you find.
Damn it. Because, yeah, I'm not going to kill anyone. I'm either going to subvert the program or make sure that it can't be utilized.
You some sort of freelancer? Got my sight.
Actually, let's see here. Engineering is 115. Hacking is 99.
Describe the nature of the accident. Let's say it's not the best choice. This area is currently experiencing a surprise audit.
You're a stickler for the rules. I'm sure Ajitentu Kande will appreciate that.
Yes, absolutely. A real stickler for the rules. Hard-ass Hogarth, that's what they call me. That's Hogarth. Don't let me get...
Thank you very much. Is there seriously no other way but to do that one? Okay, in which case, just going back here. Or actually, I'll just reload from the quick save. That'll save some time. Well, maybe I could screw over the termination protocol in some way. Actually, I'm going to talk to Phineas, see if I can do it that way, maybe.
Now arriving at Phineas's top secret orbital lab.
Wouldn't be as surprised if I can't, but... I mean, if anyone could help me out with it. Honestly, I only accepted it just to be able to get out of her office without a firefight.
I won't wish you...
And back to the quick save. And let's see, I've got about 10 minutes. I think that'll be enough time to get the Hope done.
We have arrived at the Hope. I need you to reroute power from our ship to the Hope's... You'll have to connect me to the Hope's comm system so I can convince her central computer to enable the skip drive.
What's going to happen if I skip the hope?
If your calculations are even slightly off, you could crash the entire colony ship into Terra 2, or the Sun. The Hope is the Groundbreaker's prettier, sleeper sister. She wandered off and got... Also, there are hundreds of thousands of frozen organic life forms hibernating in her hold. Forgetfulness can be an early warning sign of asphyxia. I need you to reroute. You'll have to connect... Sending a corrupted tracking signal to the board was quite clever, if I might say, Captain.
Alright. Brought in Vicar. Been a very long while since they've been together.
That ought to do it, Captain.
New employee?
You hear about Edgewater? Like orders in the colony.
You know, when they posted us here, I told them there wasn't any point. Nobody would be so stupid as to fly to... Shows how much I know. Explode? Holy shit. Alright. You'll want a uniform so my staff doesn't shoot you on sight. We've got a few extra in the old bag.
To his right. Okay.
Okay, keep him quiet.
Authorized personnel.
Well, happy I got that.
Great work.
system. Breach detected in restricted area. Error. Error. Hibernation. Register. A fine of 10.
Oh, this is where Wells came.
This must be unsettling for you, Captain.
With the shit we've seen, not particularly. Ah. Oh.
Can you hear me, Captain? I have successfully integrated myself into the Hope's comm systems, and am attempting to establish contact with the Hope's more primitive processor now. Would you like me to play a mood-suitable music selection while you travel to the bridge? Oh, sorry. File not found.
Nice kill!
So they were having similar issues. Civil war over what? Whoa. Shit.
Hope's computer up ahead. I'll admit, I am curious to wake him.
Well, at the very least, this should be interesting.
That's not good. How do I get back up there? Oh. Still doesn't answer that question, though. Shit. Okay, seriously, how do I get back up here? Okay. Oh, I was about ready to reload a save on that one. Oh. They ran up through it. God damn. Ain't no party like a Donner Party. Fucking hell. And, okay, I've got about 5 minutes.
Greetings, Captain. I am speaking to you through the Hope's computer system. It's a rather cramped feeling, but it'll do.
Wait, before I do this, tell me, Ada, am I really doing the right thing?
Probably not, but don't let that stop you. My Constellation executables could use some beefing up. Searching. Please stand by. Ah, found one. It will go great, Captain. I am almost 4.01% certain we will not die.
I'm ready to skip the Hope.
Are you sure? That is extremely dangerous. Skipping the Hope will void the warranty on the skip drive. And also potentially kill an entire planet. How is my humor now, Captain? Improved?
Skip the Hope to Terra 2.
Jump-starting the skip drive. Destination set to the rings of Terra 2.
I'm skipping it myself.
I wouldn't advise that, Cap.
Well, it's been a good life.
Shit. Actually, okay, good. I did save just beforehand. I thought my science was... Oh. Okay, I need to buff my intelligence, apparently. So, let's see... There we go.
Well,
I know what I'm doing.
All right. It is in your hands now, Captain. I trust you, in so much as my presets allow.
Does your captain seriously intend to do a micro-jump in system with engines that haven't been powered in 70 years on a derelict ship?
That is what my captain intends. Yes.
But that is a gross misuse of the skip drive. The Zero Point Drives Corp and I will not be held responsible for any damage incurred during transport, and this will cause extreme...
Yes, I am aware of that.
You should not be doing this. The humans will die.
Thank you, Hope. It looks like all systems are go. Captain, I would advise you to hold on to something. Now.
Let's see how it goes. Please don't go into the sun. Please don't go into the sun. Good sign. Got it. And doesn't look like any damage either.
Oh, good. We are still alive and have successfully escaped into Terra 2's orbit. I reported as much to Phineas Wells, but he has not responded. Perhaps you should check in on him.
We're alive. We made it. I never had any doubts.
I saw that. What was that? Here they come!
There we go. Oh, shit. Okay, good. Oh, shit. Well, actually, now's a good breaking time, so thank you all for joining me, and I will see you likely tomorrow. Or possibly later tonight, but anyway. Have a nice